You all remember that movie Blade? I haven't seen so many extras covered in blood since Queen Latifah had her period on the set of Beauty Shop.
Blade is my fifth favorite vampire movie of all time. The first is John Carpenter's Vampires. The second is From Dusk Till Dawn. The third and fourth are the two Vampire Hunter D anime movies, in no particular order. I figured, why not review a Game Boy Color game based on the movie Blade? Now, I know being fifth best is only an accomplishment for Ron Paul. Fifth best for a vampire movie is actually an accomplishment. There has been some awful, awful vampire crap. Have you seen From Dusk Till Dawn 2, 3, Bordello of Blood, Blade 3, Dracula 2000? There has been more junk coming out of the vampire genre than into Pete Doherty's veins. This game is mediocrity. It's satisfying to kill the enemies because they disintegrate like in the movie, but that's the only above mediocre thing about this game. Alright, this game better have a good storyline. I love how when a game comes out like a month after the movie and it just follows the movie storyline. Like, hey, you remember the movie storyline? Here it is again. No, I don't want that storyline again. I want a new storyline. Alright, here it is. The power of an immortal. The soul of a human. The heart of a hero. The calf of a rhino. The hair of a lion. The elbow of a zebra. Born just as his mother died from a vampire's bite, Blade possesses the strength of a vampire without the weaknesses. What weaknesses? I love how they like to attribute weaknesses to, like, gods. There's no weaknesses to vampires. Not being able to be out in the sunlight is not a weakness. I love that. I hate sunlight. I love to just hang out at night. Recently, Blade has found vampires bearing a clan tattoo he's never seen. Some scary stuff. Look at Whistler. Damn, he's like an 80-year-old bodybuilder. Whistler is more pumped than Blade. These groups are pursuing some... Alright, I don't care. Let's just get to the game. There are two basic parts to this game. There's this shooting part, and then there's this side-scrolling beat-em-up part. Now, I don't like the character models and the enemy models. They just aren't very proportionate to real human bodies. I mean, these arms are way too long. These character models look more like gorillas than humans. Everyone needs to keep in mind, this isn't even the worst vampire game based on a vampire movie.
Do you all remember Bram Stoker's Dracula for the NES, where you control a young Keanu Reeves through the ugliest levels you have ever seen in your life? The game actually looked like it was programmed by Keanu Reeves. Whoa, dude, I'm gonna make him jump and hit like question marks and get hards, brah. Whoa, I know Visual Basic. Remember this shit where fucking 80% of people didn't know what to do here? Just a horrible game.
If in terms of a vampire game based on a vampire movie, we've actually gone a long way. Now, what are the benefits of a side-scrolling beat-em-up rather than a beat-em-up where you can go up and down as well as left and right? Well, one benefit is enemies can't go around you and trap you, but then again, if the enemies come out of both the left and the right side of the screen, they can still trap you, so it doesn't really matter. The only benefit is the programmers don't have to waste time encoding a game where you can go up and down. This is much easier to make, and I guess that's what they were going for. This game is much easier than a standard beat 'em up where you can go up and down. You know, the kind of beat 'em up that's like Streets of Rage or Final Fight. I'm not a fan of this game. I don't know. It's too cartoony. Look at the colors here. Look at the characters. They look like they're made out of clay. This isn't a Blade game. This is a Gumby game. All right, let's check out the next game of our agenda here. This is a really cool game. It's called Lunar Pool. Ooh, this is a doozy, folks. Oh, you're gonna love this. Let me ask you all a question. What two things are the furthest thing from each other and do not go together? That's right, pool and the moon. This is a game called Lunar Pool, possibly created simply due to the pun which can be made between the word pool and the word pull. Get it? Lunar pull, like the pull of the moon's gravity? if I'm right, and this game was indeed created for the sole purpose of exploiting this pun, there is no hope for human civilization development beyond this point. If a fellow human being decided this was clever, we are done as a species. Pool and the moon are the exact polar opposites of each other. When someone says pool, no one thinks of the moon. If someone says the moon, no one thinks of a game where you push balls with a wooden stick. I actually wrote a book about this type of thing back in the early 80s titled Things That Don't Go Together. The controls in this game are absolutely horrendous to get used to. Although I do admit they kind of grow on you once you do get used to it. You see, on the moon, the cursor that controls which direction you will hit your glowing ball does not go left if you press left, right if you press right, up if you press up, down if you press down, or southwest if you press down and left. No, that would make too much sense. On the moon, right spins your cursor clockwise around your glowing ball, and left spins it counterclockwise. Up and down are completely relative to where your cursor is. If your cursor is to the right of the ball, up will move the cursor right. If it's to the left, up will move it left. It's not a completely stupid concept, but it's a completely stupid idea since they could have just made the cursor move in the direction you press on your movement keys. If you press up on Mario's map screen, he doesn't go up just because he's facing up. He goes up because it's not a first-person perspective. And he goes in the direction you tell him to go rather than the direction you tell him to go relative to where he's facing. You're controlling Mario from far away. This game has the controls of an FPS. You know, I take it back. This is a completely stupid concept for controls in a game. Oh, I'm just disgusted with the game companies after playing these two games. Both Lunar Pool for the Nintendo and Blade for the Game Boy Color get a 2 out of 5. There's a reason I'm reviewing these two games in one review. It's because I have an idea for a game. It's called Space Vampire Pool Tournament. It's a game where you enter a pool tournament on the moon against space vampires, and you play pool and you suck blood. You're wearing a spacesuit, and that's about it. I'm thinking of either making it a puzzle game or a massively multiplayer online RPG. I can't decide between the two.
Okay, thanks a bunch for watching this video. Toodaloo!